All right, let's do a quick unboxing. Welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. This channel is all about making sewing fun and approachable. We have not done a video like this in a while. We're doing sort of a first impressions and demonstration of a new product. Now this is the Sew Magnetic Cutting System from SewTites. And a quick disclaimer, I do have a business relationship with this company. They have been a sponsor on the channel. I do like the products. I sell them in the Etsy shop, and this was sent to me as a review model. So I did not pay for it, but this is not a sponsored video, and the company has not told me what to say or placed any sort of restrictions on this, so I'm free to say whatever I want, and I certainly will. So I've got the box here. This is a fairly heavy product, and I'm excited to use this. I think it's a very promising product that might help many sewists and quilters out there. They brought magnets to cutting technology. I did watch a couple of videos on how to use it, so I'm really curious to try this out. We have not seen a lot of new stuff to cutting mats or rulers in a while, so I thought this looked cool. How do you get this open? Oh, and also there is a handle here, so you can pick up the box. I didn't even notice that, to be honest with you. Here's what it looks like when you open up the box. There's a lot of foam. There's a little envelope here. Please use safely. All right, it's got a safety warning. I think most of these also have some sort of health warning for, like, if you have a pacemaker or something. Okay, not around kids. Okay, if you have a pacemaker, this is not for you, just a warning. So here's a little card. Nice that this came with it. Okay, oh, and here is a general use thing. Okay, that's cool. Please don't iron. Okay, that seems pretty self-explanatory. Wipe clean with a dry cloth. Don't leave in a very hot or cold area or car. Store in the provided box. Rotate and flip mat occasionally. Change rotary blades often. Only use rotary cutters on the mat. So it says no craft knives on this, so just rotary cutters. Okay, so there's some foam here. These are boosters. So these things are magnetic. Yeah, check this. Oh my gosh, these are strong. All right, let's get this out of the box here. This is a 6.5 by 24 inch ruler. So it's a pretty good size. My Creative Grids ruler that I use all the time is about 8.5 inches. This is a little bit slimmer. I think this mat is like 20 by 24. I'll have to double check. I feel like I'm gonna accidentally knock over my water at some point. I hope not. This packaging is pretty high quality. Let's take a closer look at what comes in the box. You get the cutting mat. This is double-sided and it's 20 inches by 24 inches. So I did see on the website that they wanted you to be able to fit a full fat quarter on the mat, which I think makes sense. A lot of us, especially quilters, are working with a fat quarter. It comes with 12 of these magnetic boosters, and I will be showing you what these are for a little bit later. This is a double-sided cutting mat, so one side is sort of a darker gray, and then the other side is actually a lighter gray. And this is a 7-layer self-healing cutting mat, which is actually thicker than this pink mat I have here. I think this is only 5 layers. So this is like a pretty thick mat. You can see it's very heavy. And I think part of the reason why it's pretty thick and heavy is because it has magnets in it. The magnets are embedded into the acrylic ruler, but it does have beveled edges on this so that you can pick up the ruler. I did see that on the demo video I watched. All right, we're gonna try to rip this plastic off. Okay, I do like the markings on this ruler. The markings look pretty clear and easy to read. Okay, and then one side it's got like the half-inch increments, and then this side has inch increments, so like 1, 2. You take your ruler here, and then as soon as you put it down on the mat, it sticks. It's not super strong, but it's strong enough. If you want this to have an even stronger magnetic hold, you can also add the boosters on top of the ruler. You can also use this for pattern pieces, so this is basically pattern weights, or you can use these on top of templates. These are actually really cool. So I was kind of excited about these boosters. Yeah, look at, you can just plunk them down. This is kind of fun, right? I've got some fabric scraps here. These are from when I was cutting out my holiday sewing kits, which by the way are available in the Sewing Report Etsy shop. I've got lots of holiday fabric. I also have some quilted foam stabilizers so we can test out a thicker layer, and I have some vinyl, so we're gonna check that out too. Let's just try to cut some like 1-inch strips, see how that goes. And by the way, this system does come in both left-handed and right-handed versions. I am left-handed, but I use my right hand to cut so I got the right-handed version, but they do have both. So I like that they are thinking about all the left-handed people out there. Okay, this does stay pretty well. All right, we got a 1-inch strip here. The ruler held in place pretty well. So this is just a 1-inch strip. So far, I do like this. I think I can see myself using this quite a bit, especially when I'm tracing and cutting out pattern pieces, which we will do. This is my tried and true Creative Grids ruler. We will do the same thing. And I am sitting down, so normally it is a little bit more challenging to cut stuff when you're sitting down instead of standing up. But yeah, you can see the difference is that I do really like this little non-skid material on the back. This is one of my favorite things about the Creative Grids rulers. Again, not sponsored. Let's try this one, see if we get any shiftage. This one's pretty good too. I did have to hold down the roller pretty securely with my hand. Let me try the magnetic one again, and I'm going to try to pay closer to attention as to how much I have to press down on the fabric. Actually, let's do 2 layers. Let's flip it over to the other side. I think the marks on this ruler are very easy to see, so I do really like that about it. I'm gonna not really hold this down too much. Okay, this did shift a little bit. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You saw that shifted a bit. This is with 2 layers. So there was a little bit of shiftage. You could probably see it in the video. Maybe I'll do like a slow-mo play-by-play. You know, that's kind of dorky, but whatever. That one went a little bit better. So I wouldn't say this is perfect. It's pretty good. This was just a sample I was doing just to play around on my Juki machine. I'm gonna try the boosters with this just to see if this helps. Okay, all right, let's see if these help. I don't know. When things get lifted off the mat, there's really not that much strength on here. Let me try to put them on the quilted material. Okay, let's see if this helps. All right, we're just playing around here. Look at this. This isn't going anywhere. So if you need your quilt sandwich to stay down, that might help. But yeah, you can kind of see, oh, wow. Oh, okay. It really helps if you put the booster right on top of the magnet in the roller. So that seems to be doing a lot more here. Okay, this is helping a lot more. We have like a hell of a lot of magnets on here now. We're gonna just try to see how much the ruler shifts. I feel like this might need a rotary blade change. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, that seemed to cut. I'm just gonna put my hand down for some pressure, and I'm just basically watch the ruler, because what I'm really looking for is to see if the ruler shifts as I'm cutting it. That's the real test here. Okay, I am putting a little bit of pressure on there too. So here's our little piece that cut pretty cleanly. This is staying down pretty well. This time I'm not really gonna put much pressure here. Okay, that actually stayed down pretty well. Just a run-of-the-mill piece of scrap vinyl here. We're gonna put this under okay. I'm gonna put the other side up so the markings will be easier to see. So I'm gonna put all these boosters here. Hopefully they will help. Let's put like all the boosters on here and see what happens here. When you have all the boosters here, it makes it kind of hard to put your hand somewhere. The other thing you can do if you cut like in a certain direction, because I sort of cut like this, I'm going to rotate this a little bit to the left just to see if this makes it a little more natural for me. I don't think there's been any shiftage, so that's good. We're gonna try a couple other things I saw in the demonstration video. I have a smaller acrylic ruler, and I also have a small paper pattern piece. And one of the things I saw that you can use this for is to trace and cut pattern pieces. So this might come in handy, especially if you're doing like clothing patterns or small items. So I'm gonna cut this on the fold here. Trace and cut it on the fold. Say I want to cut out this pattern piece. This is on the fold. This is for the small petal pouch. This is a noodle head pattern, which I have made on the channel before. This can be used if you want to trace and mark patterns. Okay, so we're going to use the boosters and use these as pattern weights. I think this is really actually one of the coolest features of this system is that you can use the magnets to hold this down. Yeah, look at this. And this is like not budging. I use pattern weights, but even that can like slide around and stuff. I've got a marking pen here, and I'm going to just trace this pattern piece. Yeah, look at this. Look how easy this is. Honestly, for this feature alone, I think this is a pretty cool benefit. This is staying very well. Take the boosters off, and then you can just cut this out. Okay, say you've got small acrylic rulers or templates that are not the magnetic one. you can use the boosters to keep that in place as well. All right, so say I just want to cut off this little side here. I've got my Creative Grids square ruler, and I can use the boosters to keep this in place. You can also use this if you want to trace or if you want to cut. So you can put a lot of boosters here. All right, let's try this out. Let's put like all of them on here and see how much this helps. But yeah, look at this. So once I've got the boosters on here, like this ain't moving. This is pretty secure here. So that's actually pretty cool. If this is a pattern piece you want to trace, you can trace it, or you can use your rotary cutter and cut it. I've got my fingers on the ruler, but I'm really not putting any pressure down. Okay, that is pretty convenient. I've got my fingers holding the ruler, but I'm really not like putting any pressure on it. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. So you can cut things with your rotary cutter without really putting any pressure down, so you don't have to use any of your hand strength. I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about this product, if I'm being honest, but now that I have it and now that we're just sort of playing around with it, I think it's actually pretty neat. I don't know, I like it. I like it. Since I literally just got this thing today, I obviously can't do a full out review, but my first impression of it is fairly positive. I can see myself using this. I think it's pretty cool. I like the magnets, I really do. I do have one caveat, and that is the price. This retails for $375, which is fairly expensive. I realize that's not in everyone's budget. I did bring that concern to SewTites, and here's what they told me. Anything with magnets in it is pretty expensive to produce, and they said this was a very expensive item to manufacture, which makes total sense because these SewTites products are not cheap, even like these little ones. Oh, and you can use the SewTites magnets with this as well. So if you already have some SewTites, you can use these with the system. So here's my SewTites light bar. Yeah, I forgot about this. So yeah, this is super cool. So you can not only use these boosters, but you can use your regular SewTites products. So these all work together, which is pretty neat. But let's get back to the price because I realized $375 is pretty pricey. Now, they did give me a coupon code for all of you. This is an affiliate link. It is down below in the description box, but you can get 15% off your order if you use coupon code Sewing Report. So hopefully that will help a little bit. And when I brought this up to them, they're like, yeah, we totally get it. We even lowered our profit margins in order to make this not astronomically expensive, but I realized almost $400 is a lot for many of us. SewTites also told me that they're getting a really good response from people with hand and mobility issues. So this is a fairly niche product. Again, I do like it. So far, I think it's pretty cool, but this might be better suited for someone, again, who has the budget for this type of magnetic cutting system and who might have a genuine need for it. Like if you do have hand strength issues or other types of mobility issues, this can help make your sewing and quilting a little bit easier. And I think that explanation makes just a lot of sense. So that's my sort of initial out of the box impression of the Sew magnetic cutting system. Let me know what you think of this below in the comments. And again, all of the information is also in the description box. But thank you, SewTites, for sending this my way. I'm really glad I got to try it out. I think it's a pretty cool product, and I do think it can be useful for quite a few different types of sewists and quilters. Anyways, I'm Jen with the Sewing Report. I'll see you again in the next video. And remember, whatever you're doing, make it fun.